Hello and welcome. CueSports International and Predator Group present the 2023 Predator WPA World 10-Ball Championship. This is the fourth day of this event, and we are down to the final 32. We have quite the match for you. Alex PAGULAYAN and Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. PAGULAYAN, of course, very well known all around the world, and Ruiz. And Francisco Sanchez, of course, your reigning 9-ball and 10-ball champion. This is George Teacha in the booth with Christina Tkach.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 11 a.m. match.
Sitting next to me, folks, is the 2017 World 9-ball and 4-time Euro champion Christina Tkach.
Yes, that's me.
Did I just embarrass you? She'll bring you the live action, and I'll try to keep you up to date with happenings.
And Alex PAGULAYAN won the lag, and he broke first. And just from the way he was breaking, you understand he's not going to try to break it really hard. And in case give up position, he's trying to cut the rack to bring the cue ball in a button, short rail, and send the one ball on the other side of the table.
And nice catch, Christina, because Alex has been the only one that's been able to slow down some of these high-powered youngsters, you might say. I mean, in the he took Victor Zielinski and beat him 8-1.
Yeah, it's you know, even though of course he's getting older, but he's still a big threat to every really player out there.
Alex has done a good job to get here. He defeated Zielinski 8-1, Gerson Martinez from Peru 8-5, and Petri Makkonen 8-5. Francisco, on the other hand, took a little longer route. He started out defeating Mickey Kraus, Abdullah Al-Shamari 8-3, 8-3, but he lost to Levan Corteza, who just beat him 8-3, but came back and beat Jesus Atencio 8-2. So both players have not really been tested, with the exception of Francisco sitting out a match with Levan Corteza. But and here you see him trying to solve this rack by getting underneath all the trouble and make quick work of it. The fact that Francisco is a 8-ball world champion tells you just how well he moves his cue ball without having to disturb other balls and work his way through the rack. Is that going to stay? That's going to stay up. But he was playing it two-way.
It seems like a 3-ball parallel past the 7, and he was maybe hoping for the 3-ball slide into the corner pocket, but as we'll know, the table is playing tighter every day, and a lot of times when you try to cheat a pocket now, it's not going to work out.
Yeah, that slide kind of tends to go away with play these tables get. And outside the two stream tables, you know, they're used for practice, so they get a lot more play than these tables do. So these stay slippery a little longer. Alex with the short cue. Alex, for the longest time, was with a custom cue maker. Now he's with Steve Lomax. Lomax cues. Francisco Sanchez, a Predator sponsored player. He plays with the Predator Icon 4.5 and the 12.4 Revo.
We're not quite sure the 3-ball. If you see, yes, he does. He sees the 3-ball to make it, and he made it. And he's a little bit on a different side of the 4-ball. I believe he will have to play underneath the 5 to play position. He just shit on the cue ball. So it stopped a little bit. Well, definitely did not want to end up in here. And what I think he might try to do, play the 5 ball of the 7 and try to bring the cue ball behind it. 6. A very smart shot.
Yeah. I don't believe he has a shot to get. Oh, he can't get by that.
No.
And he really locked Alex up. Well, Alex will two-rail kick this.
Definitely. But it
And
was a very good shot, very conservative.
a lot of players may have tried to really swing that ball over and come back for position. Yeah, that was actually a very smart shot.
Not taking any risks.
Alex looks like it's going to be close. He pocketed the ball.
His attitude on the table, I just love it. Yeah, it's, you know, playing with Alex Pagulayan and leaving him a shot like that, well, you gotta say it's at least 50-50.
And anytime you hover a ball over a pocket, he'll find a way to it.
He's an amazing one-pocket player, one of the best in the world. And he definitely knows how to kick and move balls on the table.
Yeah. Alex has countless titles of one pocket. 2019 BCA Hall of Famer. 2015 and 2016 Derby City Master of the Table. I mean, this young man has just done it all of it. And considered by many one of the top players in the world. And by all, for the most part, the best one pocket player in the world.
So he successfully managed to get down to 3 balls on the table.
And if this first rack is any indication, we're in for a long match because, like Christina noted, he's not trying to run out. He's trying to cluster balls, and he wants a moving game with Francisco. He's not going to try to outshoot him.
No, you cannot shoot Francisco, and as Alex admitted himself, he's getting old. And he, you know, might miss a ball here and there, so he's not going to take any chances, and he is going to try to outmove Francisco, as you said.
And he outmoves him the first game.
Yeah.
And as far as Alex saying that he's getting old, you know, we only say that to be complimented. That's the only time a guy says, I'm getting old.
No, you know, like when
by no means.
He's playing a long time, and eyes, and, you know, fatigue and stamina. Not, you know, I don't know yet.
No, you're at the top of your
3-cushion world champion.
Marcos Zaniti. Now, Alex is coming out with his own brand here. He's going to have online schools, clothing, cues, chalk, gloves, lessons. PAGULAYAN.net/brand.
As you see, one more attempt to break slow, soft, almost. But the C2 ball was kicked by the 8. He wanted to bring this cue ball behind all this 2, 10, 7, 8.
But it was kicked up.
Yep.
And all the balls moving over to the same side he broke from.
But it's still not an easy position. 2 and 3 is not clustered, but I believe it's not going to be easy to get position for the 2 and after that play good shape for the 3. So let's see if he's going to play defense on the 2 ball, or maybe try to run into the 3 ball. Yeah, I didn't see it was that close to each other.
I think he'll cut this 2 ball in, and that 3 ball will go to the side, to the
yeah.
side rail, and come back out. He'll have a shot on it. So he's going to like trying to make this. He could play safe. Because it is a, you know, blind cut or negative angle, as you say.
Blind cut. I like it.
I like negative angle. I like negative angle.
I learned something. Oh, he's taking his time. It's not an easy shot, but there's a high chance he's going to be rewarded after making it.
Oh, the A ball did not reward him.
Very unlucky for the 3-ball to go right in the pocket.
Well, he caught the 2-ball a little thick,
thicker,
and that's why.
Yeah.
Had he caught it thinner, that I think the 3-ball would have stayed up. If he can see any part, is he going? He's already at the jump stick, right? Oh no, he doesn't have the jump stick. He's got his good old little trusty icon. Pretty shot. Pretty shot.
He didn't have a lot of choices. And he definitely executed it as a world champion.
Those are the kind of shots you'll get from world champions. Got to make it happen sometimes. He just did. Now does the 10, it does, the 7 go by the 10? It looks like it does.
We had a previous camera view, and it seems like it does. Maybe it's a little tight, but I'm sure it does, based on Francisco Sanchez Ruiz's attitude.
He doesn't seem very concerned, does he?
No. It's double checked, and pretty sure it does go.
Pretty simple 3-ball out now. But he's got to get to that 9-ball, right? And he has a little angle to do it. So all he needs is just...
I like watching him play. It's so, alive. Fluid, the way he moves, and like he moves a little bit in almost every shot, in his knees, and it's just, it looks very different from what we used to see.
Yeah, he's very fluid. And they're tied at 1. This is the winter break format. No early 10s, no 10s on the break. WPA rules, not the standard CSI rules that we use for the Pro Billiard Series shootout events, you might call. Speaking of those, Francisco is ranked 11th on the Pro Billiard Series rankings, which combines their Fargo score and their tournament events performance. He played 6 events, a 3rd in Arizona, a 5th in Ohio, and a 9th last year right here in Las Vegas, and also a 17th in Puerto Rico. Alex, on the other hand, is 28 ranked. He's only played 5 events, and he's only cashed once last year in Las Vegas. These two actually met last year in Puerto Rico. They played in the Predator Puerto Rico Open, and Francisco defeated Alex Pagulayan 8-4 in 10-ball. So Alex knows he has his work cut out for him, doesn't he?
Yeah. And meanwhile, Francisco broke dry and left pretty clear, crystal clear position on the table. Just really one hard shot in here to get from 1 to 2. I believe he's going to draw it. He caught the 7-ball.
More importantly, did he get on the 2? It looks like he might be able to make this 2. It's awfully tight. You'll look at it from down here. Yep, he'll get down and look.
And based on his attitude, I don't know if it... Yeah, it's not... It does?
No, it doesn't look like it goes.
He just called it.
Just in case, he's going to try to miss it on the pro side if it doesn't go, and take the cue ball back up state. Oh, it goes.
It did go, yeah.
We got all excited over nothing.
It's, it's hard to judge from our angle view.
And the difference in the breaks. When Francisco broke there, both times they opened up real nice, and Alex has had access to an open table. When Alex broke dry, there was no access to an open table. And that's exactly one of the techniques that Alex is going to use, one of the strategies that Alex is going to use to defend against this high-powered, high-octane youngster from 31-year-old from Spain. Murcia, Spain, España.
Yeah, I mean, I think in his moving game, he's pretty sure that he can outmove anyone in the world. It's really, really hard to compete with him in this. So, and he knows it is his
forte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this just shows you how smart of a player he is, trying to use all his benefits of the game and try to hide his weaknesses, and that he's going to use it in every single game. So.
Well, great point. The one thing about Alex is I don't see any weaknesses in this game, so his strategy and moving is actually one of his major strengths, and when he can use that along with his firepower, because he has a lot, it just makes him that much stronger of a player.
Yeah.
He was practicing, we were having fun at the table with the referee, and there was something about the time clock, because they are on a 30-second time clock, 30-second with a 60 seconds after the break, and Alex said something about whenever he strokes, if he can get away with a time foul, he'll actually, took out his wallet and wanted to bribe the referee. What do you think of that? He's always fun. He's always fun.
And 2 more balls to take a lead. Second lead in this match. You can see he's taking all his time to feel good about the shot before he started executing. He's very focused.
And you make it a good point. You said he's taking all his time, but if you notice that, he pretty much pulled the trigger with about 15 seconds left.
Yeah,
so
I mean, just the way, yeah, when he land down, he's double check his angle a lot of times, making sure everything feels good.
Yeah. And about feeling good, we'll take a little break and be right back for you folks. We'll be back in a minute. Back to the live action with the Lion leading 2-1, and this is the 4th game of the race day. Alex is an 8-12 Fargo compared to Francisco's 8-33. Elite players of the world, I call them. Anything like 790 and over. You're in that category that I like to call the elite players. Dry break by Alex.
As you can see, he changed his strategy. Instead of breaking safety, trying to break them hard and have some position.
Well, he was successful one game and not the other. So maybe he said, I'll take a shot early and see what I can do with all offense. And he did well. It was real tight, and I think Francisco was going for the outer edge of that pocket. And
I think he tried to
Yeah.
go the screwed in.
a little English with the cue ball.
Yeah.
Kind of went around it.
But didn't work out, and nothing really easy on the 2-ball. I don't know if the bank passes the 8.
It doesn't appear to. We'll see how Alex handles that. He's called his extension.
Well, I think you can always just try to follow and then play stop shot behind the 5 as an option, or thin cut 2-ball on the right side. Put the cue ball behind 6 and 10.
Yeah, he could go that route. He's looking at going down there with it. What's he looking over there?
Maybe just trying to stop the cue ball and bring the 2-ball cross over behind 4 and leave the cue ball behind 7.
Yeah, hold the cue ball right by the 7, just like this. Oh,
Yeah,
nice. And
beautiful.
2 railing. He's real unhappy, but he's not real happy with this because Francisco can put him behind a 3. Possibly put him behind a 3. We're in that area, and then of course the 2-ball will stay to the left of the 6-10. The little moving game.
Yeah. It's actually a huge part of the game. So I think you can see full ball to bring the cue ball behind the 3. Just based on how he aims in the 2-ball. Yeah. Kept it simple, but very effective. But Alex has a 2-rail kick called a 2-ball in a corner, and he's looking to bring the cue ball behind 6 and 10, at least trying to create some distance between balls. Cut it very thin.
Just left a bit of a shot, but his
Move
cue
his
is
6-ball.
little hampering. His cue is going to be a little hampered by the 6.
And now it's really hard to play position for the 3-ball.
He has to depend on that window between the 4-6 or try to bring the cue ball underneath the 4.
But he's also elevated. Yeah, and it cost him some accuracy.
Well, Alex at the table with an open table now. Looks like he's got shot on the deuce. No, he's going to play safe. He might not have gone by the 7. And you see how effective the safeties can be, and we'll see how effective Francisco's jump cue will be. But he could kick this. Yeah, he could kick this. Because there's jumping, there's really no shot. Looks like he's going to try to go rail first.
Yeah, playing jump, you're not guaranteed to play safety, and kicking, you're more likely gonna get lucky. Well, and he didn't. Now the question is, if the 3-ball passes the 5 and 7 to go in the corner pocket, it looks like it does.
Yeah, he is pretty straight on here to get an angle to get up for the 3, huh? Well, if that's the case, I think Francisco will find himself right behind that 4, tucked in very nicely against the rail. Unless he thinks he can make it. And it looks like he's playing it.
And he did play and did make it. With a perfect position on the 4. Two rails. Oh, he actually, it was a smart shot to try just to hold the cue ball, bumping it into 6. It's maybe if he would feel good in his hand and confident and relaxed, he might go 2, probably 3 rails, but because of the pressure and time, he didn't want to again take any chances, so.
Whoa. That wasn't that wasn't his smoothest stroke.
No.
Yeah,
Jerked in.
he just told you, watch this. See that? And he twisted his hand too at the end after the shot, but still, that means he's kind of steering it. The old rail first shot. Does he hit the 9 ball? He's going to be okay, it looks like. Long shot on the 6.
I think he caught it a little bit thicker than he wanted to, but he has a shot on the 6. Not the easiest one, but pretty makeable.
And makeable with an accent. He fired that ball in. Like going around. Oh, he doesn't. Going around for the 8 in the opposite corner?
I would think so. That's what he did.
Well, as Francisco closes out this rack to tie things up at 2, I'll give you a couple of matches that are going on at the same time from the last 32. One you might be interested in, Christina, is Feder Gorst. He leads 3-0 over Quoc Hoang Duong from Vietnam, who's really put on shown his great skills here in the U.S. Another runaway at the time is Lee Van Corteza over Torsten Homan, 3-0 also. Shane Van Bonin leads Mark Biesterbach, 3-1. And the other ones are within the game. There's 15 other matches going on at the same time. Those are just the ones that are kind of one-sided right now. Our referee, Jeff McGee from Shreveport, Bossier, Louisiana. And right there, standing right behind Francisco, is Greg, Alex's brand partner and backer, I believe. And Francisco to break the balls. Looks like he's going to be coming in from the side. Playing the 1 ball in the side pocket and probably I think it's let's see which ball follows it. They go in unison, right? In direct line for the side pocket when you break them just right. 1 ball goes straight in. The 2 ball goes to 4 rails and almost goes in the bottom, but he's made a ball.
He made a ball, and I believe he has open shot on the 2 ball. Probably he'll play follow with a little bit of or a lot of an inside spin or a stunt shot like that. No really problems on the table. He just wants to make sure he creates a good angle on the 4, the right angle, to make everything easy. And as you see, just a little short now. He has to work a little more, put some effort to bring the cue ball back for the 5 ball. Maybe draw it to rails. Maybe stun it 1 rail.
Just like that. As you said, stun at 1 rail, and he was able to get it all the way across to where he's got a great angle for the 6. That shot you have to be careful not to overstroke it and hit it too smooth, because you can go in the side pocket, as you're well aware.
But he's good on the 6. It's a pretty big zone to leave the cue ball for the 7. Yeah, he got there. Didn't pocket the 7 ball actually with the angle he wanted. He wanted to overcut it a little bit, but he played it pretty straight and could not create enough angle to play easily 8 ball inside, but it's not stopping him.
No, and this is one of the things that we've talked about, is how if you don't get the correct angle on the object ball for the side pocket, you have to run the cue ball further.
Yeah.
And he did a great job running it.
So I believe it's our 2nd run out of the match, or the 1st.
It's the first break and run that I can see, and it's the first time that Francisco takes the lead. Alex started out with the first game. They traded punches, and now Francisco strung 2 games together, which included that break and run, and gets him a 1-game lead. You know, earlier Francisco touched the table, and you know how the static will get you sometimes?
Oh.
It got him, and now he's just telling the referee, this table's got me, it's electrocuting me.
Yeah, sometimes it can be very, he's joking around, sometimes it can be very frustrating when every time you touch the table, it's kind of giving you
yeah, so you got to keep your hand on the cloth, huh? Well, that was kind of funny earlier too. He said something about being electrocuted by the table. 1-game lead in this race to 8, and with a break. He just finished a break and run, and this young man, usually if he gets one and the break works, he gets another. That's one of the advantages of playing it wide open. And looks like the ball did not go in, but nothing offensive on the 1. I wonder if Alex will just go ahead and give him a push and leave him an open ball, or push to a jump. Can't really do much with it. It's very tight by the 2. Looking at this rack, where would you like to push?
It's hard to say where.
It looks like he has a little kick shot on the 1. Can't tell from this angle.
Yeah, it's hard to say if he can actually see the 1 ball, but I mean, I want to say I would push it where Alex, but it's just my kicking game is not there for me to be secure with my, decision.
And Francisco says, well, go ahead and show me what you had in mind, because I'm not going to do anything with this. He's got a kick shot to the corner pocket, I believe.
I don't think he called it.
Oh, he just cut it right down the
Oh.
rail. That was awfully
was that
tight on
easy.
the rail. And a well-deserved round of applause. Look at this cut shot.
You know, that's what I thought, is bringing the cue ball next to the 3 and leaving a tough cut shot. But we wasn't sure if he left a fencing shot or he hooked the 1 ball.
Oh, did he hook himself on the 3?
I'm surprised he didn't try to cut it in. It was not a really big angle.
No. He's okay.
Very well.
See, don't let Alex fool you by saying that he's getting old. Look at the shots he just cut in.
You're right. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
saying he's going to miss every ball.
Yeah. Alex looking pretty good here, pretty darn good. He could have done without that little nibble on the 5.
Very unfortunate bump. Unnecessary. And maybe he can still cut it in.
Could be. He's gonna. I would try to bank it. And I think he's gonna try to put that cue ball between the 8-7 and have a two-way shot if he bumps the 7. No, he was just going 8-7 all the way.
And didn't get it.
And
Sold out.
And as you mentioned, Francisco animated, almost ran to the table.
Yeah. And Francisco having a chance to extend his lead and break again. And as you said previously, that once he catches this break, he might be very, very dangerous.
He just pointed where he wants to go with the cue ball. He can get there by drawing the ball, coming straight down towards that area, or going 2 rails forward. Overran it just a little.
Not too critical, and even if it would be a lot, he would still use this kind of shot. And I believe it's going to play into the short rail. Right back to the 9 ball. He can play follow. There's a lot of shots available.
Francisco poised to open up a 2-game lead over Alex. A little more of a cut shot than he might want, but not too concerning, you think?
No. It's pretty routine 10 ball for him.
And we'll go to a 1-minute break and be right back with you folks. And we are back. The players are not. Francisco went out for a run around, I think. I think he's stepping into the arena. Alex patiently waiting. Trailing by 2 games. 4-2. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz from Murcia, España. Just before the match, we were talking about the cuisine in the north of Spain, in Basque Country. Excellent in San Sebastián.
No balls in?
No, and he's looks like he's straight in on the 1. He's left it straight in on the 1, looks like.
Still little problems on the table. This 5 ball. I think if you can get a good angle on the 5, you can try to cut in the side and bump into the 8. That's going to stop the ball. And play 6 ball into the bottom corner. So let's see.
We'll see how Alex moves around this rack.
It's very close to miss, but 1 ball in. Okay, he's going to play 2 rails back to the center of the table. Always, you know, wanted to jump in Alex's head and see what's going on through his mind. Would be so interesting, isn't it?
Well, if you would ask him, he'd probably say there's a couple of little chipmunks running around in there. But because he'd make some kind of joke about it. But there's a lot going on in that head, and it happens pretty quick. You know, there's so many shots stored in there that you store in your head that are always with you.
Yeah.
You know, you remember, you look at a shot and you remember, I remember shooting this shot and I did it like this. And, oh, here we go. And it just comes so fast.
Okay, we'll see a defensive shot in here. Probably cue ball behind a 6. Oh, that's the 5 ball goes in.
Yeah, it looks like the 5 ball just might go.
I thought it's not going in. Well,
He might play bank. He might play position for the bank on the 6.
most likely.
And the cue ball stops the 8 ball stops the cue ball for the 7.
You were right.
But it's awfully touchy because if it doesn't stop it perfect, he's not going to have a shot. The 9 ball is going to be in his way.
I think he'll try to shoot it a little harder. Bump into the 8 ball if he has to and try to bring the cue ball back. So I think it's better to shoot here a little harder than softer. What do you think?
Takes his extension. You know, the more I look at this, I like him just drawing the ball. I think it stays there with the 8. And you have a shot on the 7. Just like that. And possibly another bank on the 7 if you can't cut it.
It's hard to see from this camera angle. Let's see. Oh, I think he's perfect. Just a touch more, he would be hooked, but very well executed.
And Alex showing you his moving game and his shooting game.
Yeah.
Two balls to cut that 2-game lead down. And after 3 games in a row by Francisco Sanchez, Alex Pagulayan puts his own mark on the board and cuts that lead to 3-4. And well, Jeff McGee racks the balls. A young man, should I call him the Siberian Express?
Who?
Federer.
That was actually a nickname for another Russian
player, was it?
Ruslan Chinakhov.
Well, I see that he's leading 4-0 over Duong Quoc Hung from Vietnam. Shane Van Boning over Mark Biesterbosch, 5-2. Ko Ping Chung, 4-1 over Oscar Dominguez. And these two battled it out. 3-4 with Alex breaking. Young man in the chair, just saying, let me back at the table. Alex says, sit in your chair. I'll take it from here.
Oh, here you go.
Well, no break on the one. Thought it might come down for just to be able to see it, but he'll be pushing. One of the things I like about watching Alex push is the thought behind it.
Yeah, it's chess.
Yeah,
what
it's
he
chess
would
for
do,
him. Exactly.
and what I would do after he would do something.
Mm-hmm. Can I get away with something? What can I give him that he thinks is not a shot, so he puts me back in?
And I can tell you, he knows a lot of these shots.
And I can steal the rack. And you know the funny thing is, it'll be very simple. Alex does things very simple. Nothing gets complicated. It's so simple, and most people don't even see it until he does it.
Yeah, it's like Sherlock.
Like,
like here, what do you think? It's just hooked, right?
mm-hmm.
Like, what player is going to take this kind of push out?
I like him kicking it off the rail right into the 5 and calling the 1.
But are you going to secure yourself with a safety after shot like that, or are you going all in?
Well, if he draws this off the 1, you know, because then that goes into there, his cue ball probably come back this way, up by the 7.
You're right.
And that he could end up with something.
But also, if you almost never execute shots like that, because you don't play one pocket, right? It's you even see the shot, but you're not quite sure you can get it. And this is the advantage of Alex, because he not only see the shot, but he also knows exactly how to execute it.
I'm just wondering if he made a call or if he's just playing safe with this kick and stick. And it doesn't have to be a kick and stick, because it's also, you know, well, we have a 3-cushion billiard tournament going on here. It's a good old ticky shot that you could 2-rail and come up by the 9-10. And Alex does play 3-cushion. He also plays snooker. So this is right down his alley. Look at this.
Wow.
Even he surprises himself.
I believe since he waved his hand and apologized, it's not quite what he wanted to do. But it did work very well. Francisco can't see one ball enough to make it, unless he would like to swerve it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to play another defense, maybe trying to bring the cue ball behind the 5, send the 1 ball to another side of the table like that. Very well.
Very nicely executed.
he miscue. What a wrong moment to miscue. This mistake can cost him a lot. Instead of maybe 4-4, find yourself 5-3 behind and race to 10.
It is a race to 10
I just
today.
want to say
That's
race to 8. It is race to 10 today.
That's right. Did I say race to 8 at the very beginning?
I'm not quite sure.
I'm not either. But yeah, the final 32 is a race to 10. Thank you to Christina to make sure that we got that out there straight for you guys in case I got it wrong at the introduction.
So he would only make it half through, not really any closer, so we'll still witness some battle in here. Moving battle.
A moving battle.
Yeah.
And as you said, one of Efren's favorite games, chess. Do you play chess?
I don't. I don't know the rules, but I really want to learn. And I will, I think, eventually. Couldn't a 5-ball. Now side and a corner pocket is available for the 6.
Francisco moving a little slower than usual.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's warming up, speeding up.
I wonder if he'll bump the 8 here. No. Okay, so he's got plenty of room for it to go by the 10.
No,
or sorry.
Sorry, I just want to say the 8 ball does not pass 10. And he will most likely have to play a combination, right?
If he's there for it already. As soon as he makes the 7 ball, he's perfect on the combination, and the 9 ball is hanging in the pocket.
Called the 9 ball. He shouldn't have any difficulties in here, really. This little body English.
Wants to make sure he stays there and has a very, very simple shot coming back. And back to that 2-game lead. That he didn't expect to see.
No.
He was battling out on the safety battle, and Alex miscues and gives up the game. We are sponsored by Fargo Rate, Medalla Light, Rums of Puerto Rico, Syberts, Jam Up Apparel, Kamui, and Predator. Look for their new pure chalk coming out, along with the new crest, which I believe is a cube piece of chalk instead of their octagon or hexagon.
Another powerful break by Francisco, but no pocket found, no ball found the pocket. And very tricky 1 ball. No, it does not pass 5 and 7, so another safety.
Right up against the 5. It got away from him.
Overhit it 1 more time. It was the same kind of shot that he tried to play it in a 5 ball behind 7 and 8 in the earlier game. overrun it again and left wide open table for Francisco. Can't really see the angle from this
He's in
camera
good shape
view,
here.
but yeah, he's
in good shape here.
probably can draw it. There's always option to play
Looks
two
like
ball on the side.
it looks like he's got a slight angle that takes that draw towards the 7, so that he might not be able to get back on the same side as he is now. But he's the one that's out there, and he can see it. Yeah, he's going
For the side pocket.
side pocket. There's your answer. Good thing about Francisco, you don't have to wait too long for your answer.
No.
He sees the shot, and then a couple of strokes, and he just goes right for it. And that pretty much opens up the rack for him. And our reigning champion for this tournament, Wojciech Szewczak, was defeated and is out of the tournament. Eklinkachi won here in 2021 during a power shortage. And Koping Chung won the first one we had here in 2019. Joshua Filler, runner-up. Naoyuki Oi, which was our runner-up in 2021, is on the table right now. Right behind us, actually.
He is trailing 4-2 to youngster Van Lierop from
Van Lierop.
Netherlands.
I'm not real familiar with Van Lierop, but he's in this final 32, and he took some big scalps this tournament. Meanwhile, Francisco making work of this rack. Everything is lined out. He just does not want to be straight in here. Anything but straight. Probably go to the rail real soft. And straight he is. How many
You
times
jinxed
do you
him.
get that? Oh, now it's my fault.
No, I think he caught the ball a little bit thicker than he wanted to.
It looks like he has a slight angle to go forward.
Wow.
But that's when you're straight in and you're trying to make something happen. That's what can happen.
I told you
Yeah,
one.
he's straight in. Okay, I'm going to tell him. Don't tell him I jinxed him.
All right, I wouldn't. But that's what I was saying early in the match, that tables are playing tighter and tighter with every day, and you will not always be able to get away with cheating the pocket, and that's exactly what happened in here.
And there's a shot of Naoyuki Oi right over Alex's shoulder. And surprising, Christopher Devis, from runner-up from last year, is not in this tournament. He did not come up. He sent his countryman Gerson Martinez up for it. And a nice bank by Alex Pagulayan. The Lion roars again.
That's just telling you how good of a one-pocket player he is. Instead of taking the cut, he's taking the bank.
Yeah, your one-pocket players and your bank pool players just get up there and look at that shot, and they say straight back.
Straight back. And instead of being 6-3 up, now it's 4-5. With this 10 ball in. And as my last match I was doing in this table was Kolpin E played with Jesus Atencio. And in a race to 8, Kolpin E missed a easy, relevantly easy 8 ball to go in the hill, and after that the whole momentum of the match just flipped over, and Atencio beat him in a hill, in a hill match. So now I'm just trying to say that when there's such a good players can put couple packs on you, you just don't want to leave really any open opportunities, open window for them to sneak in.
Yeah, we have a lot of high-powered youngsters that can hit you with a 2-pack, a 3-pack real quick.
Yeah, and we need a score update in here just to be secure.
Scores 4-5. Alex trailing by a game. And the 1 ball straight to the side pocket. It looks like he has a shot on the deuce. He does. And position for the 3. The 5 goes. Once he gets past the 5, it opens up very, very nicely.
I think he's fine in here.
He's okay, yeah. I just wonder why he chanced getting behind those balls, because the stop shot, I thought he was there already.
I think he tried to hold the ball, and a lot of times players under the pressure prefer to play more powerful shots instead of soft shots.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Something like that might happen.
That's a second time he's done that along those lines. And this young man here won't waste any time in punishing him for this little miss.
It's all about getting good angle on the 4.
It's awfully tight, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's not a problem really to get on the 5. It's the problem to get from 5 to the 6, because there's a lot of traffic on the way. You gotta find yourself in this blind cut or negative angle on the 5 easily.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want this positive angle on the 5.
Okay. And that's the key to the rack.
Yeah, maybe he'll try to run into these balls now, like he did, but it did not really change much, because the 7 ball is still blocking the path for the 5 to go 2 rails back for the 6.
Yeah, but he's got a nice 2-railer for position on the 5. Follow the 4 should come. The cue ball should come right towards that 9.
I think he's throwing it back.
He's going to draw it. Okay.
Just to secure himself with the angle.
I don't have that big stroke that these guys have, so I like the follow shot on there.
I see he actually didn't cheat the pocket. He wanted to get it a little bit thicker. To make the cue ball stay closer to the long rail.
Well, a good hit on the ball, but he's given up a shot on the 5. And Alex is fortunate to come back to the table.
Fortunate to come back on an open table. It's just a matter of pocketing this 5 ball, because the position for the 6 ball comes pretty natural.
Oh, but the pocket for the 5 ball didn't come very natural. He found the corners instead of the center. And miss number 2 in the same rack by Alex. Not very often, ever. Very rarely do you give this man two opportunities and he turns them down. See if he comes around this 8 ball for position. Simple cut. come through the alley right by the rail.
Three balls to take 2 racks lead back.
You know, it's nice the way they've traded punches game after game. They've gone back and forth, except for those 3 games that included the break and run from Francisco. They've gone back and forth. Back, like you said, back to his 2-game lead. Francisco Sanchez leads 6-4 in this big race to 10 of the first match of the final 32. All 32 players are now in the money, at least $2,000. And meanwhile, we'll take that $2,000 and try to get some more. We'll be right back. And we are back to the live action. What you're looking at is the 3 tables on the outside of this arena that are in this ballroom. And in the main ballroom, they have 14 tables. So it's a total of 18 tables for this pro event. 16 of them being utilized for the final 32. And in those, some of the scores going on there, you have Koping Chung 5-2 over Oscar Dominguez. Torsten has made a strong comeback against Levan Corteza and now leads him 5-4. Joshua Filler over Vitali Patsuda 5-2. Shane Van Boning is at 7-3 over Mark Bisterbosch, who almost put him on the one-loss side. He had a great comeback to win his match with Mark. And a young man by the name of Feder Gorst is now 6-0 over Duong Quoc Hung from Vietnam. And Jan Van Leerup is 6-2 over Naoyuki Oi. Aloysius Yap is 5-1 over Mickey Kraus. Marco Tucher trails Miško Fortunsky 5-2. And Junling Chang trails Mateos Nigaki 4-2. And in our match here, the young man sitting on the left side of your screen there, Alex Pagulayan, trails 6 games to 4. And these are all races to 10 as we are into the final 32. Next payday for these guys is $52.50. The loser here gets $2,000. And then for 9th through 16th is $52.50. 5th through 8th is $9,000. And then 3rd and 4th is $20,000. Second place, $40,000. And the first place prize is only $60K, folks, the biggest payday. And by doing that, it's going to limit his access to that payday. Scratching the side pocket on the break. And Christina will walk us through what Alex is going to do to get that, cut that lead down. And I'll be quiet.
Thank you. So, taking a brief look on this break, I just think it's so, you just can't ask for a better break, better, layout. It's all really stop shots. You can either draw a little bit from the 3 to 4 or follow it a little bit. You're going to find yourself in a great position on the 4 and then stop on the 5, stop on the 6, follow on the 7, stop on the 8. So it's when you try to enroll back in the game, you just can't ask for a better layout. Everything leads to another ball.
And you know, the thing about racks like this, when they lay out like that, it's a big momentum switch.
Yes.
It can really make a big difference. Fire Alex up.
To boost his confidence back.
He'd like to be off a little more angled to kind of get the cue ball off the rail just a little bit so he can English the 7 ball or the cue ball.
Yeah, I think he will be able to come off the rail.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't, but it's still not a big deal because there is a lot of options where to play the 8 ball. It basically goes in all 6 pockets. It's a matter of the shot you want to take. It makes you the most comfortable. And I believe he's looking just to follow the ball and play 8 ball in the side. Just like that. Keep it simple. Very well. Very close to the 10 ball.
If he would have nibbled the 10 ball, he might not have liked the result, but he would have had a long shot on the 9. Instead, he's got a nice shot on the 9. And with an easy return for the 10. And Alex reaches out to Francisco Sanchez and says, "Get back here, young man. I'm not done with you yet." Only down by a game. Trading punches.
And on our break, referee just told us that table is getting very, how you say that?
Magical.
Magical.
Both players are touching this. Go ahead. Do you get that happen to you very often? Where you get
the table
static?
electrolyzed. To be honest, I never experienced that in my life, but I do get, because sometimes if you wear like a fur coat back home, when it's cold, you can get a lot of these. But I've never really had this problem in the table.
I wonder what shoes what soles their shoes have on that is causing that static electricity. That they're touching the table, and whenever they're getting shocked by it. And both players are having that. Francisco had it at first. And then as Jeff came up and told us, our referee, He said Francisco's kind of like getting quite a bit, and Alex is taking it like a pro. He's not saying anything, just ouch.
And another safety break by Alex, and there's no open shot on the one ball.
And in this pushing game, do you think, who do you prefer there in the pushing game? Alex?
And then you just, I think you wouldn't find, except maybe, Fader is getting there. Very nice shot. Dennis Arcolo, but the combination of pocketing skills and moving game and banks and safeties and everything is, the whole game is on fire. Every aspect of the game is very strong, so you wouldn't really find a lot of players like that with so much knowledge. Joshua Filler is one of them as well.
Oh, he missed that in there. Just barely missed that one. And we get that little foul notice on the bottom of your screen. Get this kick. Look how close this is. Somebody shaved the one ball, because if there was a hair on it, he would have hit it.
In a rack like that, I wouldn't be surprised if Francisco would try to catch the Alex in 3 falls, 3 consecutive falls. Try to win the game with this.
Well, if he 3 fouls this man, he's doing what is almost virtually impossible. It's not done very often.
No.
He's got a good 2-rail kick here. My money's on him to hit this ball. And I lost that bet.
He actually aimed from the beginning a little bit.
A little short.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Oh, maybe he tried to aim low. He was trying to sharpen an angle by draw, but probably just draw didn't work.
Well, it's a free shot here to go for the 3 foul.
Huh?
Is he going to try to go underneath the 2 ball?
Maybe underneath the 9.
Well, see, there's no space to get underneath the 9.
You can.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's what he's going to do. He's going to go up against the 9, use the 8-10 in case he doesn't get it with the 9, and send the 1 ball towards the side pocket. If it happens to go in, he's going for the foul.
Yeah, I would think he might try to place the cue ball next to the short rail.
Yeah.
Oh, very
That's
beautiful. Yeah.
Exactly. What
There
he's
was
doing
no
there.
space, but he created this space. So I was trying to say to place the cue ball in the short rail and try to bring the 1 ball next to the 6 and use the 9 ball as a cover as well. Then he would have no chances to kick this 1 ball. But
3 consecutive fouls by the same player constitutes loss of game, and Alex is on 2. He's been notified by his opponent, and he says, "Ha, not
that.
today, buddy." And I didn't think he'd get that one.
yeah, but it as a player who's trying to make you do this 3 consecutive fall shots, it hurts a lot. You just grind your way there, and then on the last ball you miss your opportunity, and you have to start kind of over again.
Well, as long as there's a one rail escape, if there's any man in the world that's going to find that 1 rail escape, it's the man that just missed that 2 rail kick a second ago.
Yeah.
But so he's still coming with the safeties, but doesn't matter anymore. He's off of it. But he came with the safety because there's not really much other to play. And again, a 1 rail escape. Do you practice shots like this? Like just angles going 1 rail across, a little high on the pocket, a little low on the pocket? Yeah. I thought he had a chance of making it. But instead, he's given up a shot. Now the table has opened up for him. It looks like the 3 goes in the side. The 1-2 lays pretty well. The 4 is out in the open. As soon as he gets by the 4, well, that 3 ball is not easy. It's a steep angle. Would you play that in the side or bank it?
I think I'll, again, from our camera view, seems like it's a really thin cut. So, and it's not easy to get there, like that close to the 3 ball, to be comfortable to play a shot like that. So he might try to bank it. I would try to bank it.
He just motioned above the 3 to what looked like position for the 3-6 combo. I think I would bank it before that, but banking that ball may not afford you position to the 4. Ah, yes it would. Yes it would. But not from that angle.
No.
So he's he's going to cross it. This is a little bit of a tough angle for that, but he knows his angles.
Beautiful.
Chin.
But a little short on the 4 ball. I think he can cut it in. No, not from this angle. So another safety will come up, probably with the cue ball behind 8 and 10. Or if you want to be very aggressive in this position, play the bank. Missed it in the short, like a pro, right?
Missed
on
it
the pro side.
On the pro side.
And
on the pro side.
And left,
and
straight in bank in a corner for Alex, and just let's see if he's going to take it or.
And this is why they call it on the pro side, because it goes back to a safety.
Yeah.
Or a low percentage shot, not necessarily a safety.
Alex, he's taking defense shot and run just in a 5 ball. I don't think he got behind the 6. Yeah.
He got behind the 6, but the 4 ball leaked out and left the shot. Now it's just a matter of, can he make the 4 ball, or does he have to overcut it just to hit it? Now he tried a shot similar to this earlier and tried to spin the cue ball in. Do you remember that?
He is actually playing well, I must say. And very successful with this shot.
This match has been nip and tuck.
A little shorter than he would like to.
You know, just noticing the shots like that one, for instance, when you hit them with high English, they're not coming up with a lot of pace. It's kind of, the English is kind of killing on the rail.
He also played with some inside spin, which also takes away a lot of your
momentum, power. Oh boy, he's liking this here. He just come down just past the side pocket. Does he keep it on the same side? Looks like it, doesn't it?
Remember this four shot, the draw that he tried to do, and hit it a little thinner than he wanted to. Let's see if he'll. Yeah, he didn't go for the shot.
Well, now it's a tough shot. He's got to go all the way around the table if he wants this. Straight cut to the side, I guess, to either pocket, but he's got to bring the cue ball around the table.
Maybe he can slow roll it by that much, but I don't see why would he do that. It's a pretty natural 1, 2, 3, 4 railer, just like that. Very, very well played.
And Francisco ends up with perfect shape on the 10 ball. to go back to that 2-game lead.
And 7-5. Francisco again taking back his 2 games lead. He doesn't want to take any chances for Alex to level the score, because God knows what's going to happen after that.
Well, Alex PAGULAYAN is a card-carrying samurai, cue-wielding young man that'll cut your head off. Francisco Sanchez to break the balls, leading 7-5 in a race to 10. Let's see if he's going with the cut break from the side. He's got Alex's attention, full attention right now, as he trails 2 games, and we're getting close to the finish line. One to the side pocket. 4-ball goes instead. Kisses the 1 ball out of the way and says, I'll go in there, you stay out. And Francisco Sanchez with a shot, if he cares to go for this, to break out the 2 ball off the 1 and open up the rack for a break and run.
The only problem on this table he has to solve is this 2 ball.
Looks like he's going to solve it with a safety.
Or take a thin cut, because 8 ball is hanging in the pocket and you just have to touch it to make it. I think he's going for the cut.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
It's a big ball. And even if the 2 ball follows the 8 in, you should have a shot on the 3. Not with that speed, huh? He made sure it stayed up. That was a pretty shot.
From 2 to 3. Again, there is many ways to get there by drawing straight, stunning into the long rail with a spin, or playing 2 rails as he just showed us. Drawing it back.
Nice big window between the 5-9.
And from previous camera angle, wanted to say that we've seen that the 5 ball doesn't pass the 10. He wanted to be a little straighter on the 3 ball, but now he's looking to cut the 5 ball into the bottom corner pocket, or maybe side pocket. Talking to the cue ball again.
He's talking to the cue ball again. Hey, slow down there, sweetie. Yep.
Thank you.
I guess. Do you ever see the movie Billy Madison?
No.
Adam Sandler. Be the ball. Be the ball.
Oh, yeah. So he decided to bump into the 10 to stop the cue ball, and he did it pretty well. A little longer shot on the 6 ball, but I think he should have no problems to make it.
Just a nice little roll in. Hold the cue ball close to the rail, and nice shot on the 7 to get to the 9. an inch closer to that race to the 10, to that final score. And 8 it is, 8-5. Francisco Sanchez over Alex Pagulayan. We will go to a 1-minute break and come back soon. And back to the live action. With Francisco Sanchez breaking off to try to get to 9. He leads 8 games to 5.
And dry break it is. No offensive shot on the 1 ball, but a good opportunity to Alex to play a successful defense shot. There's a lot of balls he can try as a cover. Maybe use 2 ball just in case to stop the 1 ball and bring the cue ball all the way back other side of the table, or he will come up with something more creative.
I like going for the shot right behind either one of those 2 balls right there.
So he did beautifully.
Well, Francisco checks out his shot here. Shane Van Boning just defeated Mark Biesterbosch 10-3. On the other stream table. So welcome, folks, all of you that are watching that stream. Come over here. Christina Tkach calling the live action, and this is George Teochea. We have Alex Pagulayan and Francisco Sanchez.
It seems like 7 ball doesn't really block the path for the cue ball. So it's 1, maybe 2 rails kick shot. And if he can get lucky, he might leave safety back for Alex. Oh, he called the 1 ball.
Yes. Great shot. There was a couple ways of doing that, like you just said. Either 2 rails, or he went right into it and cut it down the rail, and it kisses off the 2. It probably would have slid in by itself, but it just went right in. Great shot by Francisco.
Now he's looking. The 2 ball passes the 5, and I'm not quite sure it does. And even if it does, only half a pocket. Yeah, beautiful. You've seen how much you've used this pocket. All its
angle.
Yeah.
It's got a thin cut here. Will he come straight down towards that 4? He's come down for the 4. Now, question, a safety on the 10. The width.
You were questioning why, not questioning, just said as a statement that Francisco not really being as fast as usual, but you can see he starts speeding up. The more he is comfortable on the table, he starts speeding up.
I think he sets his sights on each rack, and so he sees the finish line. And I think as he gets closer, he starts moving faster and faster to it. Now we're getting close to the 10 games, and again, you know, when he sees what he has to do, could be that he slows down when he's thinking.
Yeah.
And when he's moving pretty quick is because he knows exactly where he's going. And Alex is saying we're going to have a moving game right here, but he might have left an opening, a little window between the 6-10.
I think he did.
Do you think that banks? He's looking at the bank because it looks like he's got the perfect opening to come between the 6-10 and bank the ball.
You're right. He's banking the ball. And it's in the last seconds of this shot clock. It's very, very beautiful bank. Much needed to get in a hill.
Dangerous, dangerous place for Francisco to be for Alex. Looking at this 6 ball and looking at being, as the young Christina Tkach just told you, getting on the hill. Because Francisco is very capable. He's the only one with the break and run in this set so far.
I believe so.
3rd game that he won.
Good angle in a 9. To go natural 1, maybe 2. Long rails. Back for the 10.
And this 10 ball to get on the hill. And this race to 10 and having the break to try to close out the match and send the Lion quietly off into the sunset. Francisco Sanchez getting ready to break as Jeff McGee, our referee from Shreveport, Bossier, Louisiana. That young man not happy, but you know, sometimes the Lion eats, sometimes the Lion walks. Sometimes his prey gets away.
Just a couple of unforced misses, I'd say, and 2 overhitted safety shots by Alex. That's exactly 4 games. He's down. Breaking in the hill. 2 balls in and straight in on the 1 ball. Not the easiest 1 ball. It's a clear shot. With natural position for the 2 and wide open table.
It's a long shot on the 1 out of the jaws of the pocket.
What he wants to here probably try to run into the 4 if he can. Stop the cue ball.
Oh.
Oof. For a moment, it felt like he overcut it.
That camera angle was very deceiving, the way the camera is off to the side, and it looked like he hit it away from the rail.
Yeah.
And on our monitor, it looked like he missed it. It's as far out as you can without hanging that ball out. Nice replay. But yeah, it looked like he left it out. Instead, he's sitting pretty sweet for a break and run to close out the match. Every player's dream. They get on the hill and they go to break the balls, and that's what they're thinking. Break and run, break and run, break and run. And that sets you up for your next match.
Yeah.
With a very positive attitude going into it.
Three more balls to advance in the last 16.
Down to the final 16 and into the quarterfinals.
Yeah. And the question if Francisco can manage to beat, not really beat, to set up a new record of winning 3 world championships in the same year.
Oh wow, that's true. He's got the 9 ball, the 8 ball in Puerto Rico, and here we are with another Predator event with the World 10 ball here in Las Vegas. He's still in the hunt, as you would say.
Oh, buddy, English from FSR. Just so much joy to watch it. It's just so, I don't know, there's so much life in his game.
Just interesting, as you just mentioned, he would be the 8 ball, the 9 ball, and the 10 ball reigning champion.
Might be the 10 ball.
Yeah.
Still, there's Federer.
Yeah, there is a young man by the name of Federer Gorst that's still working his magic over there. He is 9-1 up over Duong Quoc Hung. And Francisco Sanchez in the Lion. Hug and great sportsmanship. And folks, we'll be back with the final 16.
Thank you guys. See everyone later.
George Teechea and Christina Tkach signing off. Thank you, folks.